Okay, so now after exporting from Rhino as an OBJ object or model, we're going to go to Maya and we're going to just file open scene, and we're going to go to number 2. Well, I know it was in the desktop, number 2. Just search for the one, and if you don't see it, basically say all files here, of course, till you see it, and then say open. And there we go, we have it. This is our model coming from Rhino, and as you can see, because we say little amount of polygons, for each face there's only like one diagonal, which is fine. The next step is going to be, because it's a whole group, if we select and if we go and mesh separate here, it's going to pretty much separate everything into little planes. So first of all, we have to right click on the object, say vertex, select all the vertex, and you can say mesh and say I think it's edit mesh, sorry, edit mesh, and say merge. Okay, if you press merge, all the vertices will be merged. We can right click in object mode, and that will mean that the planes are actually merged. All the vertices are merged between each other, forming or shaping the boxes individually. So now we can just select it and say mesh separate. It will take a while, but it will pretty much give us individual boxes versus separating it before welding. That was going to give us individual planes. Okay, so there you go. We have it. Now I think for now it's great. We're going to select them and W to take them a little bit up, and I'm going to do the classic method of rendering. I'm going to go to render settings. We're going to go to mentor array, and you know the 1, 2, 3, the ones that we always do. It's HD 720. You can go to quality. It's going to take a little while. Yes, and we're going to set the presets to production, and indirect lighting, everything changed, as you know. And we're going to indirect lighting, create a physical sun sky. Okay, perfect. We're going to close this, and I'm going to create a plane in polygons, plane, and R, and scale it. There's going to be a floor, and as always, we're going to do the window rendering hypersate and create 2 materials, one for the floor and another one for the boxes. There we go. I'm going to go to my mentor array materials, and I'm going to expand this a little bit so I can create 2 Mia material X. No, there one and another one. There one on top of the other one. So I'm going to select now the floor. Right click, assign material. We should name him and all that. And select this guy. I'm going to control select this one to deselect the floor, and right click assign. No? It could take a while till it assigns to the box. Let me control to make sure that we have done it. Right click, assign material to selection. Good. And now we know that we just need to pretty much set for the floor a preset of whatever mate finish replace, and I'm gonna go to white because it's what we normally do. And I'm gonna go to the object, and I'm gonna say also preset, and I'm gonna go to mate finish and replace, and also instead of gray I'm gonna do it a little, well yeah, actually I'm gonna do it darker. Okay, I'm gonna close the preset, and I'm gonna search for the if I don't see it here or it's difficult to select, select the light, the sun, and I'm gonna go to the classic changes that we normally make in MIA physical sun sky. I'm gonna say like 0.8 for example, and I'm gonna go at the end and change a little bit the shadows, because I always like them to have a little bit softer. I'm gonna place 2 in this case, and I don't know, like 30 for samples, increasing them. And I'm gonna also rotate by pressing E, I mean E, a little bit the sun, so we have a little more of an angle. And that's it. This is I'm gonna get inside. I kind of like this idea of inside thing. uh, and see how we can render this in a nice tone, probably inside looking down so we can see the shadows. And I'm also going to change a little bit of the perspective. So I'm going to select the perspective camera, and I'm going to go Control A and select the horizontal film further. I'm going to make this bigger, and I'm going to middle button and press that. It's going to be like kind of Star Wars kind of thing. And this, I'm going to twist a little bit this and get in, so we can have this kind of a feeling of inside of a like a random box world kind of thing. Okay, I'm gonna render this and see what we get. I'll pause it here. Okay, so we got this. I think it's quite interesting. I mean, we could do things such as you know, the tessellations of boxes. Let's try it and see without rendering. But this could be a very nice result of use of Grasshopper to generate within a mesh some random rotated and length objects, no? In this case, boxes. Okay, let's go and try a very simple thing, such as selecting. We know they're boxes. Let me hide the floor, Control H, and select some of them, like around here, around here, around here. We could have selected in Grasshopper as well, like randomly, and it's actually one, so it's difficult to set faces, but we can always say mesh combine, and now go right click on faces, select them, all of them, and make sure that this is unchecked, so it is like this actually. Select the faces and right click, extrude faces. It's gonna go to the gizmo. We go to the blue guy and control box, take it inside, a little bit, there we go, and we're gonna go object mode. We're actually gonna leave it there and delete those faces, as you know, and we're gonna select in edit mesh, we're gonna click on keep faces together now, select the faces, right click, extrude. And there we go. We can go now not to the box but to the arrow and take it probably towards the inside a little bit, just a bit. Let's see what's going on if we press 5 and we right click on the object and say object mode. You see now they have like this kind of a structural feeling, and they could be like engaged one with another, so that the cluster makes more sense. So we can I'm not going to do the render, but you can imagine that this is even more compelling than the other ones. So I think it's fine. It's a great script. I think you should enjoy that Grasshopper file, and if you have any questions regarding Grasshopper, just ask me. Okay, I think I'm gonna quit this one right here. Okay, done.